So welcome to our quick workshop on Telco APIs. I'm just talking to the one audience member we have here, and I'm sorry for taking your attention right now, but since it's a workshop, right, I'm really encouraging you to also keep working and just take a look through what we can do, right? So the nice thing, and why I'm so excited about being here today, is that I can talk to you about our new APIs. So Deutsche Telekom is opening up. We are having so much infrastructure that we thought, like, hey, maybe external developers also want to contribute, but also use our own telco industry and infrastructure. So therefore, we start small with like the SMS APIs. We have actually published the APIs yesterday. So now they're live, you can use them, and that's the part of the workshop here, right? But since I also want to tell you a bit more, we have an early access program where you can find out more about the 5G networking APIs. For instance, you could come to our offices and prioritize your traffic over others in the network. In this case, you can then create something like low latency or high throughput based on your use cases. So if you want to know more about it, let's talk about it. For the majority, I would just go through the portal we released, and I'm happy if you follow along and we do things together. So under developer.telecom.com, you find the new portal. This is the main hub for us. This is where our APIs will be hosted. The APIs are hosted. And if you sign up there and log in, you get more information about the documentation. For now, we are publishing the two APIs. And also for you, Noel, if you want to sign up to our developer portal, please go to developer.telecom.com. It's not going to be recorded. I mean, I think your face is on the stream, so it's like that face, yes? Yes, it is. Yeah, no, you have to turn it once. So like the French energy plugs, they have this metal bar sticking out to it, so you have to rotate it once if you have a big Schuko plug.
The security thing.
Yeah, that's the child security. But obviously nobody's a child here. Because I have to plug something in it, okay. So I can... That's okay.
I'm going to give you wireless energy. So, I don't know, to the rest of the room, are we signed up? Should we continue?
Yes.
Thank you for signing up. Now, obviously, like, what is the question? What do I want us to do? I think the one important thing for SMS is, in contrast to other medias, how you get notifications on your phone, they are always front and center, right? So you get an SMS and they are immediately high urgency, right? It's like, you know, oh, something happened, so I need to react on it. And I thought, like, for our developer usual workday, I want to see when the build is failed, when I broke production, which obviously nobody ever breaks production, but if this happens, I want to know immediately. And for me, this is a perfect use case to also incorporate the SMS, right? So the idea is that we're building a GitHub action together that sends an SMS through our new API. For that one, I have created the SMS action sample on our DT developers GitHub repository. So also there, if you go to github.com DT developers SMS action sample. Ah, wait, I have to. You can be live with me while I'm
I was going to say it looks private.
making it public. Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna make it public. You are live now. How I'm making this public? Yes, I want to make this repository public. Everything will be fine. Now it has the public bubble. You see it under DT developers SMS action sample, and it's very simple, right? It has essentially a README that says nothing so far. The important part is inside the GitHub workflows part, where there is one workflow, and you are seeing, hey, okay, it has several steps inside. The one step is like just listing it out and making it explicitly fair. So like for the future, this one would be where you would be replacing your own use cases with it, like building the app, running the tests. And then when the tests fail, you make sure that if there is a failure, you can send an SMS. And luckily, we built the SMS APIs in a way that it's just REST. You know, like you send a normal SMS via REST call. And what I really like is if you're looking at the form data, right? So like this is the data you will be sending. And there you can actually say from Telekom. So you could say from Ahmed. You could say from Pete. You can say from GitHub Telekom. And then you would put the to address, like your phone address or something onto it, and then give it a body. Like
Or the name of the pipeline. Let's say.
the name of the pipeline, yeah, exactly, because we are already in GitHub Actions, right? You could do the default environment variables that come with it. Authentication is similarly easy, right? So you send the XAPI key as a header. And here it's an environment variable that is actually saved in the secrets. Are you following so far? Am I in the way? Okay. So like this is under github.com/dt developers, and then there's an SMS action sample. So yeah, this is the run through of the jobs, right? Now the interesting part is like, where do I get the token from? How do I enter the from and the to? There is one specificity to the form data and the GitHub Actions. When you send an SMS to an address, you have to put in obviously the phone number to it, and the phone number always starts with a plus. You have to encode the plus. Or do magic things with it. And the problem is that like when it's coming from an environment variable through a secret, I didn't find a good way to URL encode it on the command line, so I'll just add the plus. So if you're going then to like add your environment variables and the secrets, which is under settings and then scrolling down secrets actions, you would need to create those three. If you have forked it, or if you want to fork it and do it yourself, create a from. The from can be whatever text I was just saying. The to should be the address you are actually going for, and this was in this case my private phone number without the plus in the front. So it would be plus. It would be just 49170 whatever. Sorry, 160 because we are in Deutsche Telekom. If we replace it with the 2 zeros instead of the plus, this is a perfect question for you to go into the active part, right? So like if you want to try it out yourself or we can do it together, this would be nice to find out. And then for the SMS token, right? So like this is the default API token. You have two options to get the token. One would be you log in yourself onto our developer portal, create a subscription, put some money onto the account, and then use the token from there. Or you take one of the pre-baked token I have for you right now, where you could just have like some SMS. Please don't abuse it, you know, like just for testing. 1 or 2 SMS should be fine. And this would be where the active part starts. So like, I would encourage you to try out the same thing, maybe fork the repository and see if you can like make this thing fail and send an SMS to yourself. And then I'm essentially here for questions, answers, and anything in between. And in the meantime, I will just change the README just so.
create one ourselves, or can we use?
Probably it's easier for you if you use mine somehow, because I don't want you to spend money just for testing this one right now.
That's fair.
So now is the question, how do we connect,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
How do I securely transfer our token? Do we have some quantum entanglement we can use, or do you have an email address for me?
Email address is fine. LinkedIn is fine. Do you want the email? Email is fine. So it would be Sofian. So SOF.
I'm just sorry. I'm hesitating a bit because this is all recorded, and I'm not sure how open you want to share your email address. But let me just disconnect the screen for a second.
It's a good one. Yeah.
I get over to you, and then be there in a second.
Yeah. Nice touch. Yeah.
So for the streamers at home, we now successfully exchanged the secret API key, which you weren't able to see, so great. I'm finishing the sentence here in a second, and then we can do this. So now with this API key you have, you would need to fork the SMS sample action onto your own GitHub account so that you can do changes, add your secrets to it. And there is a fork button on top of it, if you go onto the sample app. We already got one fork, nice. Yes, now we have two forks, great. And if you go onto the gear symbol under settings, and if you scroll down a bit more, there is under security, secrets, actions, you would need to add repository secrets.
They're putting in the secret, right?
Yeah, and then you have SMS underscore from, all those three that are on the display right now. You would need all of those three. Please remember that the from can be any text, right? You can be saying Santa Claus, Paris, Tour de Eiffel. I'm sorry.
Okay, so there can be my name in and
Yeah.
I get the message which.
And if it's your phone address, it needs to be registered in the portal. But if it's a free text, it's fine.
So if I put a phone address in, then I need to register it?
Yes.
If I just write my name in, then
Exactly. Any name works, phone numbers need to be registered. And then I don't know if you're at the SMS2 stage already. There is one challenge, try out the 00 in front of it or forget about the plus. So either trying out with 004948, whatever your local code is, or go for just the 49. Welcome. We are going through our GitHub actions currently, so if you want to follow us under DT Developers SMS action sample, you will find a bit more where we are right now.
the SMS2, then I just place a number in.
Yeah, there you just put, again, also with country code, without the plus, or with the 2 zeros if this works.
And then the secret, right?
So first information is 00 instead of the plus doesn't work.
Okay, 00 does not work, just for the streamers at home, okay?
Yeah.
So you just say 4, 8, 4, 1,
exactly.
4, 9, whatever, exactly. And then,
It says status error is 422.
yeah, unprocessable entry. My favorite.
Your favorite, yes, yeah. So I will edit the pipeline to add back the plus and the variable to remove the zeros.
The plus should already be there, unless you removed it from
I
yours.
removed it
Oh,
to leave 00.
yeah, perfect, perfect.
So now I will put it back and change the.
And if this doesn't make sense for anybody, just let me know.
Now with the plus or without the plus?
So in this secret, you don't put the plus. You just put the 4, 9, or just the 1, depending on your country code. But then also forget the 0 with the local
There
number.
you go, bit failed.
You already got the build failed. Nice. The excitement when a build failed is always great, right? Nice. So then, like for you, the challenge would be to actually also use the from field. I don't know if you've used it by yours before, but in the sample code there was the from never be used in the form part. So like we always had telecom hard coded, but I'm assuming you are not telecom. So if you can like find a way to replace the environment variable there with whatever we put into the secrets, that would be cool. And the next task, so to say.
So now I go to this file and play, press the button 1.
So like exactly. So like now that you have put the secrets in, you would go to the source code again. So like .github workflows SMS on failure, and you need to edit the file because you need to push first so that the failure comes through. And in this case, I would ask you to replace the telecom in line 22. So like if you open the file. In line 22, there is like telecom written in text. But there is no other, like from the 3 variables we just created, there are only 2 used in this script. The from variable is still missing to be used. So in this case, you would replace the telecom with $ curly brackets from capitalized. I also just do it live here right now to see what happens. Because, sorry, just keep talking in this way, right? Now we have done a change. If you now click on the start commit and say, using from or whatever you feel is a good commit message, and then commit it directly, you actually create the push, which should trigger the workflow. And then if you hit view runs, you see it's currently running. I want to push a message. It's building. I already failed the job, so let's see if we send an SMS. And also, as you were seeing it here, I currently produced an unprocessable entry. It says that my sender is not right, so I'll just update the secret to replace it with something else and then try again. 255, no, it must be 422. Okay, then let me just quickly finish this one and then let's take a look at it. Because it's Christmas, I'm saying Santa Claus. I update my secret and then just rerun the action. Interesting. the magic of the showcase effect, right? Something is still not completely right. But anyway, the rest of the room already made it successful, right? So like I just revert my change because it worked before, and just say that this one is now here, Santa Claus, and then we can iterate on it later. Probably it's the space. It is the space because I put a space there. It should have been the %20 URL encoding.
Exactly.
So this is also good for the audience at home. This is what you should avoid, right?
Exactly.
So if you're saying the value from should be Santa Claus, you have to say the space is %20. Secret updated. Right, it's it's not really a secret when I talk loud about it, but
It is
it's
version 20, right? Percent 20 for space.
yes. I'm almost certain. But we can verify by just running it.
Yeah. So the challenge is to always sanitize the sanitize the variables, the contents.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have to do it beforehand. Probably in a more sophisticated use case, you would find a way to put it in an environment variable here and then use it instead of like changing it around on the fly. But yeah, so like this is essentially the workshop part. I wanted to get us through. Like now you are able to send SMS. You also are able to see on the dashboard on developerstelecom.com what you are using before, what have been used. And soon there will be more APIs coming on. So just be tuned, stay tuned. And if you want to explore more 5G APIs, feel free to talk to me afterwards or go onto the early access program page.